Schmidt Beer, the brew that grew to be best in the great Northwest.
Your finest craft beer, barkeep.
Man to man, smoke Roy Tan.
Cheers, everyone, and welcome to the Unfiltered Gentleman. And now, here are Greg, Scott, and Dan coming at you ice cold and unfiltered.
That's right. Welcome in, everybody. We are the Unfiltered Gentlemen. You made it. Thanks for joining. Thanks for listening. I am Greg. Over there is Scott.
Hi there.
And there is Dan.
I'm back.
Whoa, there he is.
Just got a whole lot hairier in here.
Yeah.
Oh, beard's coming in nicely.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Shannon couldn't quite get the facial hair down.
I bet.
She was filling in for you. So
That's true.
Yes, it's nice to clog up the drains once again with all the facial hair.
Yeah, it's funny. I seem to always use my vacation time accrued from the show, like around holidays for whatever reason. I don't think I've been here for one holiday show yet.
It has been. I know you were on, I think, one of the former shows, holiday shows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The one where I fell out of my chair.
Oh, right.
Quite literally.
That one I didn't show up at.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think overall you keep skipping the holidays.
No, it's ridiculous.
Nothing like Dan to say, "Hey, I'm bringing beer tonight," and then not
I
show.
forgot to get the beer.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Shit.
I
Come
drank
up with a
it.
lie.
Yeah, drink it all. I need another 2 weeks.
Man.
Oh dear, good times, good time. Well, we're all back. We're back in action. It's our first recording of the new year. Happy New Year, everybody.
Indeed.
Yes. Burp word of the week is nutty. We'll get to that in our bullpen beer. Nutty. For those of you new to the show, bullpen beer bullpen beer. Wow. Burp word of the week. If you're going to burp on mic, has to be an attempt at the burp word. Shout out to, and I don't know why, Phoenix, Arizona.
What the hell?
Wow.
Standing on a corner in Phoenix. Oh, wrong city. Arizona. Thank you guys for listening. All we normally do when we bring up Phoenix is talk crap about your basketball team.
Oh,
but,
have some of that.
There's no competition, so it's okay.
That's right.
Yes.
That's all done and over with.
That is accurate.
Uh-huh.
You've dumped your horrible soccer player on us, and we've since dumped him, so
Yeah.
we're back to square now.
That's right.
Yes. So thank you, Phoenix, for listening. We'll try and not remember the coach you sent us. And don't forget, when you're out there, don't forget to hashtag show us your beers. Also tag us in your beer post. And rate and subscribe on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Wherever you get your podcast from, leave us a nice little review. Helps other people find the show. All right. I see we're all looking a little parched over here.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
indeed.
I think it's time that we fix that situation and unparch ourselves.
Grab your libations, pals. It's time for beer of the week.
And if you're drinking, well, you know that you're my friend. And I'll say, I think I'll have myself a beer.
Definitely having ourselves a beer. Huge shout out and thank you to our good friend Allie at Allie in Cali on the grams. She sent us Fall Brewing Company's You Better You Bet Hazy Pale Ale. 6.2%, a little high for a pale. 3.82 on Untapped. Nothing from Beer Advocate. From the brewery, Fall Brewing, You Better You Bet is a hazy pale ale brewed with Galaxy hops that give notes of tropical fruit, peach, and soft pine. As the name implies, the beer brings attention to Roger Daltrey and Pete Townshend's Teen Cancer America mission to help improve the lives of teens with cancer. And there's a little thing on the back of the can about the Teen Cancer America Society if you want to do your little donating there. Back to the beer. What do you fellas think of this 6% pale ale?
Yeah, I think I have to get the word from you guys because I'm like chewing my beer over here, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Mine was a little on the darker side compared to your guys' pours over here.
It was quite interesting. It sat in the fridge for, she sent it out like a couple weeks ago. It's sat in the fridge since then. And when we poured it into 3 glasses, like the top pour was definitely clearer than the bottom pour.
Yeah.
So I took it all, I poured it into one glass, which I'm sure kind of agitated things, and probably someone will tell me I shouldn't have done that. But and then redistributed, and I think we at least got mostly equal haze.
Yeah.
Once we did that, yeah, it's a little darker for a hazy, especially for a pale. Might have sat in the can a little on the longer side.
Okay.
Or who knows what happened in shipping, but luckily it doesn't seem to taste oxidized or anything.
No. It's got a good taste to it.
Yeah, pretty light aroma. I can get behind the little hints of peach and tropical fruit on that one, and the haziness kind of helps smooth things out. And as Dan might say, it's got a really nice mouthfeel.
It does. Oh, damn it. You're right. I was trying to come back and steal that one back, but no, you're right. That's what I'm going for here. Good mouthfeel. Feels nice. And definitely, I can get on board with the pine as it trails off, too. Yeah, I get a lot of that on the back end. There you go. I'm learning new phrases. That's right. Getting it on the back end where you like it. So thanks to Allie. This is delicious. I love Fall Brewing. They're located in North Park. They're at the top of, I think it's, I always forget which. It's like 30th Street or whatever, where all the breweries are in North Park in San Diego. I like to go like Uber to Fall, and then you walk all the way down and you just hit brewery after brewery. It's what I did on my bachelor party, and you can like end at Modern Times if you make it. If you make it. Modern Times, when we got there at the bachelor party, tried to kick us out. Oh. A couple of us, including yours truly, quite hammered. Oh, damn. Yes. So Big Dick Nick convinced them to just give us tasters. As if we needed more alcohol. Right. We absolutely did not. But he was a good guy. He went up and ordered. He's like, hey, beers for these guys, blah, blah, blah. And the bartender goes, I don't think so. He's like, what do you mean? He goes, he's like nods, like turn around. And he looks, and it's me and my other friend Deanna. We're just wobbling in place. Oh, man. He goes, I gotcha. He said, what about like a taster or something? He's like, all right, I'll give you guys tasters, and then you got to go. He's like, fair. So I don't even remember being there, but apparently we had tasters, and then we were back to where we were staying. Wobbling around. Yeah, wobbly wobble. It's a good time. So, great beer. Thanks again, Allie. Make sure you follow her on the grams, Allie and Callie, ALLY.IN.CALLY. All right, let's move on with a little crotch talk.
Have a grievance to share? It's time for crotch talk.
No grievances here. I just thought I'd tell you guys a little bit about my trip. Went up to Paso Robles in California, as I'm apt to do from time to time. Usually I go up for wakeboarding. Very seldomly do I go up in the winter. We went up, we were gifted a little stay up there after getting married. I guess you're supposed to give gifts after the wedding or something. And somebody gifted us a stay up there for the weekend. You're welcome. Yeah. Hint, it was not Dan. Oops. We did a bunch of wine tasting, as you do when you're in wine country. Also, for Christmas, since I knew we'd be up there, I got the lady friend, I guess the now wife, a horseback riding tour of one of her favorite vineyards, which, scored major points, but I am not a fan of horseback riding. Oh, really? I'm quite the daredevil. Like, I've gone skydiving multiple times. I do quote unquote extreme sports. I wakeboard. I ski off sides of mountains. Water sports. Yeah, water sports, snow sports. I'm pretty daredevil-y. I'd happily go skydiving again or bungee jumping or whatever it is. Something about horses and the lack of control you have over them freaks me the fuck out. That's true. It is another animal, right? I mean, yeah, he's at the mercy of, or I'm at the mercy of him. Like, pretty much. They always go, you just steer it like a car. You pull the reins to the right and he goes right. Not Duke. Duke was not. He was doing the fuck you. Like, at one point, he just turned left and started going up these vines, and I was like, "Can we go this way?" She's like, "Well, we are now." Oh shit! Duke said you are. Yeah, he was a big boy too. She was talking about when she got him, he was underweight, and she put 500 pounds on him, like on top of what he already weighed, and all this other stuff. Wow. His head was ginormous. I mean, horses in general are big, but Duke was fucking big. He was a big fella. Oh man. And we just did whatever Duke wanted to do. At one point, like, he starts going, she's like, turn him around. I'm like, I'm tugging on him, and you tug on the reins, and like, he looks to the right or whatever way you're tugging, and then like at one point he just turned all the way around and looked at me, and I'm like, you're right. Yeah. You are right. Don't what? Yeah. Do not Christopher Reeves me. It's like trying to make him go right. It's like, no, sir, don't like it. Yeah, Mr. Horse does whatever he wants. So, I mean, it was fun. Nobody died. So, bonus. That's always good. Yeah. You should have Putined that horse. Like, took your shirt off. You'd have knew who boss was. Should have. Yeah. Start flexing. That's right. Yeah. Show him who's boss. Make him my bitch. Yep. That's right. Okay, yeah. I'm done with my horse jokes. Yeah. I don't have any more other than some sort of Wilbur reference or something. Yeah. Oh, they're giant dongs. Oh my God, he was packing heat too. But he was gentle,
But he did whatever the fuck he wanted. There was no telling Duke. At one point, he got spooked. Like, there was this vulture up on a trash bin thing.
Oh, wow.
And it flapped its wings, like, out of nowhere. And he kind of spooked and reared a little bit. And I was like, whoa, fella, I am on you. Like, please. I pulled back on him and he calmed down. But
damn, that would be kind of scary.
It's a little freaky.
Yeah.
So she loved it. She grew up riding horses. And she's like, horses don't scare me. I'm like, all right, whatever. But she won't go skydiving, so it's funny
there you go.
the opposite in
That is
Daredevil-ishness. So we did that. Overall, had fun. Got to drink while we were on the trail ride, and then you go back to the tasting room for more drinking. We got very, very well hydrated in Paso. We found the speakeasy that we had heard about. It's been open for like a year or so. Friends have told us about it. We found it, and super cool. You walk up, you ring the little doorbell. They come out, they, it's going to be X amount, probably about 5 minutes, whatever, and check your IDs. Then they bring you in, and they only allow 28 people in at a time.
Oh, wow.
It's a fairly small area, and they keep it so, like, no one's waiting in line for drinks. And they even, before they let the next group in, they make sure no one's up at the bar. That way, when they walk in, they can immediately order and get their drinks.
Impressive.
It's very customer service oriented, very well done. The cocktails, I'm not a huge cocktail fan, but boy, were they fucking delicious. Had some old fashioned, a lot of whiskey drinks.
You kind of have to at a speakeasy, right?
Yeah. I mean, they didn't even serve beer. A lot of speakeasies like also have beer on the side. They even serve it. But I was there for the experience. I had a lot of different whiskey drinks, and they had some crazy rare whiskey. There's one, this guy was asking like, oh, what fancy whiskeys and bourbons you got? And the bartender guy was telling him, and he's like, here, this one's, $40 a glass. I'm like, holy shit. So I saw this one up on top. It's Whistle Pig, and I've had Whistle Pig. It's really good. This was Whistle Pig 18. I was like, I wonder how much that is. Before I even asked, I just Googled the bottle, and the bottle to buy from like Total Wine or whatever was $400.
Whoa.
I was like, I can only imagine what a drink of that here would be. So avoided that one. Just stuck with the regular cocktails, the whiskey drinks there. It was so good. We came back the next night, got hammered all over again, and had a lot of fun. And then before we left town, we did the barrel room tour at Firestone. That's where Firestone is.
Oh, okay.
So that was really cool. You got to go into where they store all the barrels, and they're all marked too. Like there's next year's Paraba Java, and there's next year. It looks. By the way, spoiler: they're coming out with Bravo again because there's a row of barrels with Bravo on it. I was like,
man.
good, Bravo's coming back.
Bravo.
Yeah. Got to see some. They're working on a tequila aged one, and it's kind of cool. I mean, this stuff's like a year or two out, but you get to see what they're working on. They also poured us a few samplers, including Los Leñadores, which came out over the summer. Very quickly was snatched up and gone, and they happen to have a keg still there just for the tours. And also, I was most excited for double DBA, so the double barrel, but it's the double version. It's so funny, you can't find it. They haven't produced it since 2015. And she even looked at the keg and it said like something 2015 on it. And fucking delicious. So good. And then we stopped at Barrelworks down in Buellton on our way back home after leaving that. And they had a few bottles of double DBA. I was like, where the fuck are you digging this shit up? $45 a bottle.
Whoa.
I said to the wife, I was like, hey, they have double DBA in bottles. She goes, holy shit. Should we get it? I said, how much is it worth it? How much is it worth to you? She's like, I don't know. Well, how much? She starts to look at the price. I was like, just tell me how much it's worth to you. She goes, $30. I said, yes, it's worth $30 to me. Don't know if it's worth 45. That's hard to pull that trigger.
Yeah.
And I love it. I fucking love double DBA. It's so good. They don't make it anymore. But there's one thing I've learned about Firestone the last couple of years. Everything they say they'll never make again, they make again.
Yeah.
I have a couple bottles of 2016 Paraba Java because they said they never make it again. And then they released it in 2019. So
you drink the beer. You're like, oh, well, fuck it.
Oh, no, I saw those 2016.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I drank one of them. I still have two left.
Okay.
But yeah, I was like, I know they'll come out with it again because that's just what they do now. They have enough production space to do it. So I couldn't quite pull that $45 trigger. So, but it was a lot of fun doing the barrel age tour. We got to get our buzz on as we walked around the campus. They showed us like the bottling line, the canning line where all the barrels are stored, the brew house, everything. So it's really cool. They have two tours there. They have the regular brew house tour, which is like $10 and 45 minutes. And this is $40 in an hour and a half. And I was like, fuck, that's kind of expensive. But you do get a bottle of Velvet Merkin to take home, a very nice snifter glass and a bottle opener. And so it kind of makes it a little bit more worth it. And some tastings along the way, of course. So that's it. Pretty much it for me. Anybody? Any good beer to talk about? Any grievances you want to share before we move on?
Not much. I guess I got sick last week. That was fun.
Oh, that is fun.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad actually. You know, it's interesting. Like I had like pneumonia like 5 years ago or something like that.
Okay. I was like, last week you're already
No. Yeah, no, I'm like infecting everyone over here. No, like, but it was interesting because someone had told me that my immune system was going to take a shit for at least like 4 or 5 years or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, and I've noticed it. Like, you know, when I would get sick, like just a cold, I'd be like, oh man, like, you know, like my, you know, like how you feel, like your head's all stuffed up and you're like sneezing and coughing and it's just interesting. This last time I got sick, like sniffles. And and then I just kind of flexed and it went away. And I was like, what happened? Like, why did that, you know, I used to get hammered and I was thinking like, maybe that it's kind of like my immune system's kind of catching up again.
That 4 or 5 years has run its course.
Yeah.
When you had pneumonia, did you take antibiotics?
Yeah.
See, I heard that antibiotics will fuck your shit up for a while. I didn't know it was 4 or 5 years, but I heard like it eats everything in you, the good and the bad. So that like the good whatever's in there will not be there for a while. And it takes I've heard like it takes like a year or so to kind of I didn't know it'd be that long. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it took a while, but like I remember that. I used to have a pretty good immune system and it just kind of went to shit for a long time. And then this past time I thought I got sick. I was like, I'm not gonna make the show again. This sucks. And then like, I don't know, a couple days later, I'm like, oh, that was it?
It's like a Festivus miracle.
Yeah. All right.
How funny. Well, good on your immune system.
That's right. It's back.
Welcome back, bitches. All right, let's do a little sports talk then.
And now, the sports, brought to you by cleaninguptheglass.com.
Whether it's the Baltimore Chop or the 1-2 punch, it's time for sports.
Great news, everybody. Patriots were eliminated.
Oh my God, I know, it was so awesome.
I didn't get to watch any football. I was up in Paso for the weekend, but saw that come across. Like everyone's memes on Instagram and Twitter and stuff were just all about Tom Brady and the Patriots being eliminated. So that was exciting.
That was cool.
I was happy for that.
Good game.
Saints got eliminated.
That was shocking.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah,
that means the Niners play the Vikings next.
I know.
Yep, that's true.
Which I think I'd rather than play the Vikings than
I think you're right. Yeah. The Saints were scary.
They were. Eagles are out, so the Seahawks move on. And I think there was one more that I'm forgetting. But
Texas.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Texas moved on.
It's
that's why we forgot it.
Football.
Interesting weekend.
Yeah,
I didn't expect Texas
games
to win either. So, they beat the Bills.
Yeah, that's right.
That was I thought the Bills would take that one, but good weekend of football that I missed. But Niners, Niners Vikings coming up. Excited for that. Speaking of bad football, the Cowboys are reportedly going to hire Mike McCarthy as their new head coach.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because Jerry Jones came out a couple weeks ago like, no, we're not firing.
I know, didn't he do that?
Right, yeah. No one's getting fired. It's very Lakers of him. No one's getting fired. Oh, that means he's getting the axe.
Yeah, but they haven't officially fired him yet, huh?
Yeah, they haven't officially hired or fired as of this recording. No one's been hired or fired.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but Jason's sitting on ice over there.
Yeah.
The Rams have...
Not official?
It's not what I...
okay.
Not when I... Maybe I read something a little old, but what it says is he has not been hired yet.
Right, but it almost seems like it's official. There's been like multiple sources kind of saying it, so...
Yeah, it could be.
It's borderline.
All but official.
It's almost got Woj's seal of approval on it.
Right, exactly.
That Woj bomb is ready to detonate.
Yeah.
And the Rams have fired their veteran defensive coordinator, Wade Phillips. Sent the old man into a not so early retirement.
Damn.
That dude looked like he was ready to have a heart attack at any point anyways.
Poor guy.
Yeah. A lot of bacon grease going on over there. Jimmy G, the hottest quarterback in all of football.
Now, especially the playoffs.
Well, looking. Was fined $7,000 after the last regular season game for throwing a ball into the stands after the game was over. After they narrowly defeated the Seahawks. God damn it, you guys.
Well, at least they beat them.
They did, but they should have handedly beat them because the first half they were up by a shit ton. Anyway, after the game was over, it says he looked around for a ref, couldn't find one, so just threw the ball up into the stands. The cool thing about getting that ball is that it's the last ball used in the regular season of the NFL's 100th season.
Oh, shit.
So I guess it's got a little history to it.
So is that why they wanted it back then?
I don't think so. They said it was, it's against regulations and blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
So, but I think they probably enforced it more because of that. Because I've seen people give footballs away all the time. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was weird.
So anyways, I think he signed it for him afterwards too, but he got fined $7,000. But I think if you win your conference, you get like $80,000 bonus.
Yeah, right. So
yeah, I'm sure he's real worried about it.
Yeah, just put it on his tab.
You're right. The Lakers, on to basketball. Lakers are looking to trade Kuzma to the Kings for Bogdanovich.
I don't know about that.
That's what I've been reading.
Yeah. I've heard about it too, but yeah, I'm not sure about that trade at all. Like,
not a fan?
No, I'm not. Like, I mean, if they're going to bring someone in, I'd rather it be someone like kind of a two-way player. Like, this is kind of a guy that, for what I think, like, I think he's more of an offensive wizard as opposed to, anything defensive. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't watched a lot of Kings basketball, so.
Nobody has.
Right.
I don't know who this guy is.
No, really?
I know the name. I don't know much about him.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's a mistake to trade Kuzma. I know the Lakers, we're going to talk LA, but they're not there yet.
No.
And they're like maybe one or two pieces missing.
The problem is they want to be there too quickly.
Maybe that's it.
It's like, you guys, let this season not be a championship season.
Right. Or, I mean, I don't know. The way they're playing, they're probably one of the only teams in the NBA that really play defense.
No, and that's what I love. So don't bring in a non-defensive player.
Exactly.
It's fun watching them steal and block. Defense is so rare in the league. It's actually fun to watch them play defense.
Yeah.
They're fun to watch, but to me, they're just, I mean, they can't beat the Clippers, which pisses me off.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer.
They get big leads and then the Clippers come back and beat them, and they can't beat the good teams.
No, to me, it seems a little bit of an attitude problem. Like, we're so good. Because they come out there and they'll start the first half, up 20.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
And then they think they cruise to the second half.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like, and everyone's like, oh well, they're undefeated against like the sub 500 teams. But like, if you think about it, like, I think it's just like poise that like gets them over those teams where they just kind of, it reminds me when we used to watch the Lakers when they were young, and it's like we get a lead on someone and we're like, oh, we're going to beat them, and we'd fall apart somehow.
Right.
And I'd be like, well, what the hell happened? How come we keep doing this? It's because, they're not poised to take the win. And it seems like that's what they're doing, all these sub 500 younger teams, and they're just better than them at that point.
It's like back in the day when young Kobe would go like 3 for 28 in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, what? Just stop.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is stop.
Stop.
Yeah, stop. So we'll see what happens there. And I think the best news in basketball on New Year's Day, it's a New Year's miracle, everybody. Former Commissioner David Stern passed away.
Wow.
A lot of tears being shed in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason we don't have, 20 championships at this point.
And to kind of preface it, I mean, as someone listening is like, hey, he died. What are you making fun of a dead guy for?
Right, it's kind of fucked up, man.
That's right. But, I didn't know we'd all be in such a agreement here.
Well, we're not. I mean, being old enough to know when David Stern first came into the league, he changed it a lot. I mean,
yeah, he
NBA
started rigging the lottery.
It was a joke.
It's true.
When he first came in. I mean, even the finals was tape delay. You watch it at midnight if you want to see it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it helped. He came into the league right around the same time as Magic and Bird did. So I'm sure that probably helped. But,
so is it more Magic and Bird, or is it more David Stern?
It's probably Magic and Bird. But I think in his younger tenure as a commish, he did a lot of good things, and maybe he just stayed too long.
Maybe he was innovative as a youngster. But,
that's true. Okay, I could co-sign that, because I kind of feel like a lot of the things that I had a problem with were as he got kind of later on in his tenure.
Yeah. I think later on, I mean, he knew he was on his way out, and he's getting old and weak, and he, yielded to the pressure of a lot of his, guys, the owners and all that other stuff to kind of, fuck the league up a little bit.
He really did.
Not that Silver's done any better.
No, now we
That's
just
true.
The only thing Silver's done. Yeah, the only thing he's done is show us how bad the refs are, something we already knew, but now he's just proving it with his after game reports.
E.T.'s brother.
Here's how bad the refs were tonight. Yeah, we fucking know, man. How about you find them?
You don't have to tell us that.
Yeah, how about you punish them or something?
Yeah, last night they made a mistake that cost the team a game, so we'll slap their hand. Well, don't tell us that because we're already pissed off.
You tell us you're going to find the guy. Like if a player did something, you'd find him, or just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, like I said, I had released on Twitter kind of a quick poll that I think 3 people really voted on, but it was I had kind of 4 real big blunders that he had. Were number one I think was the dress code with Iverson. It was interesting that they said no more baggy pants. you have to come in with a suit and tie and all this stuff. And they were doing it for a while, but it was interesting. Like Steve Nash came in one time and he looked like a goddamn hobo, but nobody said anything. I'm like, well, what the hell? Is this just to target like certain basketball players?
It totally was.
It was. I mean,
by certain you mean most of the league?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like now that they're dressing up like 14 karat Urkels, like everything's all good. You know what I mean? Like there's no problem anymore, so I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And then the Thunder, them taking the Supersonics away from Seattle, that was huge.
That was huge.
You know what that whole situation was really? It was kind of like if you ever watched the movie Major League with Charlie Sheen.
Been a while, but
okay, where like this owner takes she gets control of the Cleveland Indians,
right?
And she's like, I don't want to be in Cleveland anymore. I want to move to Miami. So what I'm going to do.
You blame her?
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign a whole bunch of crappy players. We're going to end up dead last, and then we're going to move to Miami because nobody's going to come watch us.
Right.
That was her plan. And it seemed like, how could you be so evil? That really happened. That's what happened in Seattle. They did the same thing, and they moved them to Oklahoma City. So it was that evil.
Yeah, who remembers their last couple of years in Seattle?
I know. It's true.
They went from the glove and facing the Lakers in the playoffs to the who?
Yeah. And they were that close because there's pictures of Kevin Durant in a Supersonics jersey.
Right.
Yeah, that was his rookie year. They were that close to getting back on top, and they had to move, and they knew they had to.
Yeah.
And David Stern just said, yeah, whatever, go ahead and do it. Screw Seattle. So, I mean, I don't know. There's just a couple things like that just like really kind of like, besides the Chris Paul veto, that's what stuck with us,
of course.
But there's just a lot of things that was just, man, he really dropped the ball here, man.
Yeah, he really did. And I guess that really was in his later years. So.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, not the dress code, but the other two things.
It's true. Yeah.
So, maybe it had to do with ego. Maybe he got to the point where he, like it was god of basketball or something in his
untouchable
head.
I think anyone kind of gets that way. They're talking about that with Jerry Jones. They talked about that with Al Davis.
Well, look at Goodell.
Yeah.
Who thinks they're God more than Roger
No
Goodell
kid.
does?
Yeah.
True. And he's still got a long way to go.
Yeah. And he's also just as racist too. Like a racist old fuck.
It's interesting.
Running sports around here. So all right, anything else to say about David Stern? Well put. Eloquently and well put. All right, we got Old Timer of the Week. We have a Bullpen beer to get to. Of course, Beer Babe. Wow, English is hard. Dan's got a movie to talk about and some booze news. So let's start off with Old Timey Word. It's Dark Cully. Dark Cully, Cully. It's a married man that keeps a mistress that he visits only at night to avoid being caught.
Isn't that the only time you see your mistress?
I know.
I mean,
who has a 3 o'clock mistress?
Yeah, broad daylight mistress.
Get it? Broad daylight?
That's right. That's what you call her.
Or a daylight broad.
Daylight broad.
There you go.
I like it.
Yeah, speaking of cheating or bed swerving.
No one could blame you for bed swerving. It's time for Beer Babe of the Week.
It is, and her name is Hope. Hope, you can find her on the grams at a Hoppy Perth. AHOPEY.PERTH, like Perth, Australia. A Hoppy Perth.
Is that like a play on hoppy too? Or?
I believe it is.
Okay.
In this one, she is drinking a beer in another language that I'm not even going to attempt. My English is bad enough. Aperitivo? That's as close as
Nailed
I
it.
can. Aperitivo.
Perfect.
That's exactly what it is.
Man.
Yes. All right. Got a Bullpen beer. We got a movie to talk about. Let's say we talk about the movie while we pass this beer around.
All right. All right. So it's been a while.
It has been a hot minute.
It's been a while since I've done my job around here.
But then you're taking vacation time.
I know. Hey, well, at least during my vacation time, I did watch a movie.
Refreshed.
That's right. Yeah, I watched a movie. I watched Joker, and that movie came out last year. And it's interesting. Like, this movie is kind of like a different take on this whole superhero kind of thing. Like, usually with all the superhero movies, like even I think Martin Scorsese said it himself that these superhero movies, like, they're not really like movies. There's no like dramatic charm to it or anything like that. It's just a bunch of special effects and
true fighting.
This movie, like, one of my friends had said that he didn't like it, which is the only person I had met that watched this movie and didn't like it because he said it was too slow. It wasn't enough things to happen. granted, this guy isn't the most cerebral, person like that I know. You know what I mean? So I think this movie was it to me a good comparison was Taxi Driver. Have you ever seen Taxi Driver with
way back when?
Yeah, Robert De Niro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, which is interesting. Robert De Niro is in this movie too. Oh shit! I didn't even put that together till right this second. But it's kind of that movie where Joker is starring Joaquin Phoenix. If you don't know that by now, and I
believe he won an Emmy the other night.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He needs to.
Wow.
And he deserves it.
Or Golden Globe, whatever the fuck was.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think it was a Golden Globe. But he deserves everything that's coming to him. I think that there's a scene towards the end of the movie with him and Robert De Niro that is just. And I was trying to put it together why it's so freaking awesome. I was like, oh my god, that was so badass. And then it kind of hit me. I was like, well, it's Joaquin Phoenix and it's Robert De Niro just kind of going at each other.
Yeah.
And they're just class act actors, man. They can do it. They can do the game.
Joaquin's nuts. He's a good actor, but he's nuts.
It showed.
Yeah, I bet.
He channeled all that nuts into that scene, especially.
These?
Yep.
Yeah.
Those nuts.
Both of them.
Yeah, he channeled it in that scene, and it's interesting. Like I said, this movie doesn't have a lot of special effects. Not a lot of, you don't have to know any. There's no superheroes other than Joker. Really, I mean, it's just it's a origin tale of Joker, basically, and how a realistic idea of how this could happen to somebody. How could someone just go crazy and just say, this is what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be a crime syndicate or something, you know what I mean? How can that happen? And this is pretty much how it happened. The guy,
And does it actually make sense, or is it okay, that's too far?
No, it makes sense. It's interesting. The other movies, if you and I really like Jack Nicholson as Joker, but if you think about it, what he fell in a vat of
that's what I've always
acid.
believed.
You know what I mean? And he turns white and he just he gets angry or something. There's no I don't know. I guess there's
that'd
some
make me angry.
Yeah, I guess so. That's true. But I don't know. I kind of feel like this is, Joker could be your neighbor and you don't even know it. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Makes it a little more believable.
Yeah, so I kind of feel like you're definitely drinking along with this movie.
Nice.
It was good. I liked it a lot.
And you can decline to answer if this is going to be a huge spoiler alert, but does Batman make an appearance in the movie, or is it just all Joker?
I will say, and it's not a spoiler, Bruce Wayne does make an appearance in this movie.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts streaming, I think, today.
That's right.
Yeah.
It does starts streaming today, so you can watch it. I got the sneak preview, so check that out.
The totally legal sneak preview.
Yeah. They sent me a DVD in my mail. It said for your consideration.
Right.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Part of the Academy.
I saw Jumanji.
Did you?
Christmas morning, yeah.
Because The Rock's in it?
I guess so. I don't know. The wife told me I had to go, so
okay.
It was entertaining.
Was it?
My problem was I'm so old, and
that is your problem.
Yes, that's a lot of people's problem that know me. The first quarter of the movie, this is nothing like the first one with and then I realized, I'm thinking Jurassic Park. This is Jumanji. Okay, now it's making sense.
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
Give this man a beer.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Jesus.
So, it was entertaining.
Yeah.
Got to see The Rock. And
you're like a half hour deep. Where the fuck are these dinosaurs?
I'm like, well, this is nothing like the first one I saw. There's no dinosaur, and this doesn't make sense. And then it hit me. Jumanji, not Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Well, now I'm getting there.
Robin Williams.
Jumanji Park.
Yeah. That could be a good movie.
Could be.
Yeah, that's true.
Dinosaurs with the game.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Anywho.
Did you drink to get through it, or did you drink along with it?
I drank along with it. I kind of enjoyed it. Yeah.
Did you see
it was a good. I mean, you laughed and yeah.
I was gonna ask him if you saw the first one, but not the one with the dinosaurs.
The first Jurassic.
No, the Jumanji.
Jumanji. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
No, not the '95 one with Robin Williams. The first one that they did.
Like a couple
Welcome
years
to
ago.
the Jungle. Yeah.
No,
you didn't see that one.
Saw the last one I saw was with Robin Williams.
Oh, okay.
That's the only one I've ever seen.
Because I saw the Welcome to the Jungle, and it wasn't. I thought it was gonna be terrible, and it wasn't that bad.
Oh, is this a sequel to that one?
It is.
Or
I
is it
think,
independent?
but I don't know how it's gonna work though, because The Rock, Kevin Hart, like they're video game characters. You know what I mean? So they're not real people, really.
Right.
They're people as video game characters.
Yeah.
So those people are going to change, but the characters are still the same people. You know what I mean?
So who's controlling them changes?
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know how that's going to work, if they're going to have like different personas or what the hell's going to happen.
Interesting.
They make The Rock a girl, you know? Like, I mean, what's going to happen?
Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Oh,
That'd be hilarious.
that's right.
All right. Well, cool. 2 movies.
Yeah.
Twofer.
Yeah.
Should we make that call?
Oh, yeah.
Let's make
You guys
it.
ready for another burr?
Yeah.
He calls to the bullpen for
Beer.
Yeah, he does. This one comes to us by way of our friend Davis over there in Colorado. Thank you, Davis. This is Weldwerks Brewing Company. By the way, if you guys see Weldwerks out there, I cannot get enough. Get yourself some Weldwerks. Weldwerks Brewing Company, Nuttybar Stout. 7.3%, has a 414 on Untapped, and an 89 on Beer Advocate. It's a milk stout brewed with lactose, peanut flour, milk chocolate, and nutty buddy bars. And if I'm correct, I think the nutty bars are the ones that all the malt or one of the malt companies gives to brewers when they make orders.
Oh.
So it's kind of like an inside thing. I could be wrong about that. But anyways, just sticking my nose in this bad boy. It is peanut butter.
It's a bit nutsy.
I was gonna make that the entire like burp phrase. I just like that's so long.
Yeah, it would
so I
be.
just stuck with nutty. Yeah, this is nutty and peanut butter. I feel like we should ask Scott first. He's the peanut butter connoisseur in here.
I was just thinking, God damn, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
It is good.
Oh,
you know, it's
man.
funny too. Like I got a little splashback on my hand a little bit, and I was gonna grab my mic. I was like, whoa! This is the kind where it gets a little sticky. You know what I mean? Like, better watch it here. Gotta
Sticky
like,
icky.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This what I like is not to throw anybody under the bus, but like Belching Beaver's peanut butter to me tastes like chemicals. It tastes like fake peanuts or fake peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
This tastes like peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah.
If I had to complain, and this is just my own personal issue, I'm not a huge fan of lactose in my stouts. I'm not a huge milk stout person.
Me neither.
Gives it a little creaminess that I don't always enjoy. That's my only complaint. Other than that, the flavor's fucking spot on. Like
It's
usually they fuck
terrific.
peanut butter up.
Yeah.
I think you're kind of, even with lactose, like you say, I don't really do it, but I think you kind of not that you expect it, but it's welcome. I think in something like this, you know what I mean?
The lactose?
Like, yeah, it's like all right, like you know, it's like you know, what are you gonna do? Like not pour milk on your cereal? You know what I mean? It kind of goes together. So
Touche.
I can kind of see like this works. It's
Oh
all
yeah,
right.
it definitely works. That's digging deep if I needed to find something to complain about it.
Okay.
Other than that, the flavor is spot on. The peanut buttery goodness is delicious. There's a little bit of chocolate on the back end. You know, I didn't know what color it would be, and it pours a nice dark, looks like a deep dark stout. I didn't know if it'd be a little lighter because of what was in it or anything, but no. Peanut butter on the nose, peanut butter in the face, and a little chocolate on the back end there. This is good. I drink a couple of these.
I like it a lot.
And 7.3.
Good stuff.
Yeah. 7.3.
Oh shit!
It drinks like it's 4.
Hell yeah!
I mean, it is a light sipper for sure. So thank you, Davis, and thank you to Weldwerks. Weldwerks is always putting out good shit. When I was in Colorado, I got as much of them as I could whenever I was at a bar or anything. Their hazies are delicious. Just do yourselves a favor, drink some fucking Weldwerks. All right, let's do a little news before we head on out of here.
Extra, extra, drink all about it. It's time for booze news.
It is indeed. Pliny the Younger will be released on February 7th for its annual Pliny the Younger release. But this year, there's a change. They will also be releasing bottles for the first time in Pliny history.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So you can only get these bottles from the brewery locations. There are 2 locations. They are supposedly not being distributed. So if you're in the area that has the kegs normally of Pliny the Younger there, that's still your only way to get them unless you're up in Santa Rosa, California. But I'm excited. Hopefully that means pretty soon they'll be distributing it and we can catch that triple IPA down here a little easier.
That's the next step.
Yeah, exactly. Have you had Younger, Sir Dan?
Think so. I think I've only had Elder.
Okay. I think Scott has.
I believe so, yeah.
I think we went and chased it down.
Right,
once.
right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, we did.
And boy, is it
Not only delicious, but strong. Yeah. Don't have too many of those and drive home. Anchor Brewing, their workers and management have signed a union contract. We talked about in the past how they were trying to unionize. I think this makes them the first brewery in history to, or at least in recent history, to have a union. Anchor, which was acquired for $85 million by Japan's Sapporo Holdings back in 2017, will pay 85% of employees' health insurance premiums and 50% of their dependents' premiums. Anchor will make additional contributions to employees' 401ks based on the brewery production. Their pay will increase as well to wages that are above California's $13 an hour and even above San Francisco's $15.59. What a random number an hour. Effective January 1st, hourly wages for junior brewery employees will increase from $16.50 to $18.50 an hour. Bartenders at their public taps will receive a raise from $15.60 to $18.25 per hour. So that's good for them.
I think that's good news for us too. If you kind of go through it a little bit, like they must have been kind of unhappy to have to be like, all right, let's get a union in here to like get us, get us some what we want, because we're not getting answers, we're not getting responses probably, and I think that's good news for us. Like I said, because they're going to be happy, they're going to be doing better work, and that's better beer for us.
Yeah, happy brewers make happy beer.
That's right.
Is it just like happy cows make happy milk or whatever?
I think so.
Isn't that the slogan?
Yeah, it made sense. Yeah,
or good cheese or whatever it was.
Happy cows make happy meat.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
In unhappy beer news, not really, just Molson Coors, who cares? They're going to cease production at their Irwindale, California plant. And, they brew Pabst for now. And we talked a few weeks ago about how Pabst signed a new contract to brew elsewhere. Pabst has the option to purchase the facility for $150 million if they so choose. But unless they purchase, there would be no more brewing at the Irwindale facility there.
Wow.
It's the one when you drive through. I think it's one that has like the big tanks that look like Miller Lite cans.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Those?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I used to go by there with a straw.
Really big straw.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang.
So,
the only bad news with that, to me, is like there's a chance that people might lose jobs.
People will lose jobs if it's not bought out.
Yeah.
Who cares about Miller Coors? But that does mean people are out of a job. Hundreds of people probably.
That's right.
I guess theoretically, maybe another brewery could buy it. If, the equipment, besides if Pabst turns it down, the equipment's there. It's ready to go. It is an older location. I think it's like a 40-year-old brewery. But come in, retrofit it. Brewery's ready to go. Heineken USA is giving away 31 packs, not 31 individual packs, but packs with 31 beers in them. 31 packs of non-alcoholic beer in honor of Dry January. I was like, there's a contest I don't need to enter.
Right? I forgot all about Dry January.
Yeah, I tried to do my best to combat it.
Right.
Don't need it.
That's right.
Yeah, people are like, oh, I'm going dry. Like, well, I got to do my part then.
Yeah.
Isn't 31 kind of a weird number?
It's because there's 31 days in January.
That's stupid.
Yeah. But if you want to enter, I know it's already started. The month has already started, but you can go enter on their website.
Nah.
And if you do, just stop listening to the show.
Yeah.
Your support's not welcome.
That's right.
It's free, alcoholic-free beer.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah. You have to pay me to drink it.
Yeah.
And probably not enough.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a number. Just like Ted DiBiase always says.
There you go.
Everyone's got a price.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty
laughs,
high.
Yeah, laughs maniacally. On New Year's Eve, Anderson Cooper was taking shots during the CNN broadcast. I know nobody watches the CNN broadcast on New Year's Eve.
Nope.
Because who even knew CNN did a broadcast for New Year's Eve?
Really? Yeah.
I had no idea. I know like NBC, like all the networks, NBC, ABC, they all do one, CBS. And if you want to watch the ball drop, you just...
That's the only one I know of, the ball drop one.
Yeah. I mean, they all show it, but it's always the network. Well, apparently CNN does one, and Anderson Cooper was one of the hosts. And it turns out he can't take shots to save his life. Here they're getting off of a live conversation, I guess, live hit with 50 Cent. And then Anderson takes a shot, and just you can listen to what happens here.
All right, Happy New Year.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody at home.
Happy New Year, guys.
Thank you. Happy 50. Thank you so much. Have a great New Year.
Thanks, 50. Come by the clubhouse soon.
I didn't want to explode in front of 50 Cent. I was trying to seem cool in front of him.
I was too, and I called him Shaq at the beginning of the interview. All right, this is it, people. The final countdown.
That was racist.
Less than 1 hour till 2020. Oh my God! Just enough time to bring
Turned
out all the
Gonzo.
guests we have.
He's
before the
now
ball
picked up a
drops.
balloon and is hitting it
Christina
against his head.
Is going to join us, and Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman are joining us as well.
Anderson Cooper.
Wow.
Yes.
He turned into Gonzo from the Muppets.
Really did.
Kermit! Bring that chicken over here.
Yeah, that was bad.
Oh, man.
And I guess that's like a thing. Like they encouraged him to drink on air because he doesn't do it very well.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if it's he's either doesn't drink or he drank a lot of that crap back in college or something.
That's my excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Drank too much and now I can't do it.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what his deal is.
He hates real drink. I don't know. He's doing, to his credit, he was doing Jaeger shots at that point. I might have a similar reaction to Jaeger.
Yeah.
Not quite as extreme. I wouldn't say I was trying not to explode in front of 50 Cent.
Explode.
How many times do you think 50's heard that one? Trying not to explode in front of him. But yeah, pull your life together, Anderson Cooper.
Damn.
And then finally, we'll leave you with this. Drunken driver 5 times over the limit was caught in a car that was missing something. Police on patrol in early morning of New Year's Day had an easy time spotting a drunk driver because the car was missing both front tires.
Holy shit.
Yes. The Greater Manchester Traffic Police reported the unidentified motorist was struggling to drive and pulled him over on a highway outside Bury, UK. Photos of the vehicle revealed that the tires were completely worn off the rims, which were also severely worn by the time the cop stopped it. Police said it was no surprise when the driver failed a breathalyzer test, which registered more than 5 times over the legal limit.
Whoa.
The driver was arrested on the scene and was not the first to be caught with that type of violation that day. This is interesting. UK allows drunk drivers to be punished with up to 6 months in prison, a 1-year driving ban, and an unlimited fine issued by the court.
Holy shit.
So they could just like, hey, $1 million. Fuck. That's insane.
You fuck your life up, man.
Literally. That's crazy. So I'll try and post some pictures of this on our Facebook, facebook.com/theunfilteredgentleman.
5 times though. Like I'd like to know what his fine is going to be.
Yeah, they call that the Booker T drunk. It's a really bad joke.
They do a spinneroonie.
Yeah. 5 times.
Man.
Yeah. Pull your life together, man.
Holy hell.
Yeah. So make sure if you're going to drive drunk, your tires are good.
That's true. Yeah. Don't Grand Theft Auto that shit.
Right. It's for safety reasons only. Mm-hmm. All right. That's it from us. Thanks everyone for listening. Find us at theunfilteredgentleman.com, on the social medias at The Unfiltered Gentleman, except for Twitter at Unfiltered Gents. Don't forget to leave us a drunk voicemail, 805-538-BEER. It's 2337. And most importantly, make sure you all stay very well hydrated out there. And on that note, good night, everybody.